Hey guys, what's up? What's up? Hope you guys having an awesome Friday. And you know what? It's been a while since me and Dr. Breakthrough did something together. And I reached out to him yesterday, and I saw him. You know, he been all over traveling and stuff like that, enjoying the beautiful views he been putting on Facebook. But I was like, man, you know what? We need to have a breakthrough Friday. I reached out to him. I said, Dr. Stan, I said, what you got going on? He told me about it. He got an up and going challenge. But if this is your first time actually tuning into one of my Facebook lives or one of my lives, my name is Troy McKnight. And what I like doing, I like sharing information. I like sharing stuff that inspire you to actually go after your dreams, your goals, with everything you have inside of you. So a lot of times I bring my friends on like Dr. Breakthrough, and I bring other people on that's created a level of success and that's proven in helping other people take their life to a better level. So today, me and Dr. Breakthrough, we're going to talk about what he have going on, but we're going to talk about the belief factor. So go on and take it away. Tell them a little bit about you, Dr. Stan.
Hey, well, Troy, first of all, man, again, say hi to you and your queen, the king and queen McKnight. Come on, somebody. You ain't just a king. You a McKnight. You a knight, too. But anyway, man, again, I want to say, Troy, man, I appreciate the fact that you're making a difference in people's lives, man. And, you know, every time you say something and mention about me coming on here, I always love to, because I remember the day when I didn't believe in me. See, I remember the day when I thought I believed in other people, right? It's like, man, I'm glad it happened for Troy, but that's Troy. That's not, I couldn't do that, right? And so one of the biggest breakthroughs I ever had was to believe. And that's what we want to really talk about, believe, because a lot of times people, you know, especially when it comes, you know what, my friend, without the belief factor, those things don't work. As a matter of fact, Dr. Myron Golden and I, many years ago, we were, of course, you know, it's funny, you know, I mentored him and spiritually and won him to Christ, and then in the martial arts. And then he became my mentor in business, right? Because he was always saying, dude, I'm paying hundreds and thousands of dollars to go to webinars and seminars. He said, and bro, you do naturally what they teach us. If you ever did business, it would blow up. And I was like, nah, man, I'm preaching. I ain't got no time for business. And then he, in essence, to ask me a series of questions, helped me to open up my eyes. And then I started believing, here you go. I started believing that I could preach and do business. And he was right, and it started blowing up. But I remember back in the days before the breakthrough when I didn't have the belief. And that's where some of you are. That's why, again, I'm glad what Troy does, because some of you, you're going to hear some things today. Listen, my friend, you might want to write this down. It's kind of long, but if you can write this down, and that is the desire of most of our hearts is to find someone or to be connected to someone that will empower us to break through, to believe that we can be, do, and have what we secretly know we can become and achieve. Can I say that again? Yes. I said one of the desires of our heart, Troy, and again, this is why I love what you and Lisa do, man, is again, the desire of our hearts is really to find someone that can empower us to believe and to break through so that we could be, do, and have what secretly we know we can do and become. See, God put something deep inside of us but what happens is we keep doubting that thing. We keep talking ourselves out of stuff. And for many years, I kept talking myself, I'm not as good as so-and-so. I'm not this, I'm not that. I'm not this, I'm not that. As a matter of fact, could you show them that shirt, man? Your shirt blessed me, Troy. Come on now, look at that. Your only limit is you. And guess what, Troy? And that limit is to you, it's in the mind. So as a matter of fact, of course, I've got several challenges that we do. And one of our main things of our challenge is helping people with their belief system. See, when you see and think about the word belief, B-E-L-I-E-F, right in the middle word belief is a 3-letter word called a lie. And most of our belief system is based on lies, because most of what we believe is not what we believe, is what we heard, the environment we grew up in. Most of us grew up in a negative environment. Most of us grew up hearing all the no's. No, you can't do this, you can't do that. No, don't do that. No, don't touch that. No, no, right? And so we got to get this breakthrough, but the breakthrough comes with believing. So we get many years ago, like I said, Dr. Myron, that's before both of us, neither one of us were doctors. But anyway, we came up with what's called a 2-sentence wealth structure. It goes like this. Number 1, find out what poor people do, and whatever you do, do not do the same. Now, again, 2-sentence wealth structure. So find out, number 1, what poor people do. Now somebody should be writing that down because that's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So find out what poor people do, and whatever you do, don't do the same. By the way, poor people act like they got money, and that's the reason they stay poor. Hello. They put all the, but anyway, let me go. Number 2, find out what rich people do, and whatever you do, do the same. 2-sentence well structured. 1, find out what poor people do, and whatever you do, don't do the same. Number 2, find out what rich people do, and whatever you do, do the same thing. And then I found out in some cases, Troy, it wasn't always working exactly right. And I had to do a little tweak, and here's the tweak. It's not just doing what rich people do, but you got to believe what rich people believe. And then when you do it, see, if you do the thing without the belief, you don't always get the result. But if you believe the thing, watch this now, then when you do the thing, pow, the breakthrough happens, right? And so I'm going to tell you, many years ago, I didn't believe in me, but here's what happened. God surrounded me with people like Troy. That's why Troy's doing what he does. And you should be following Troy. You should be on, I'm telling you, my friend, because sometimes it's just one little word, it's just one little sentence, it's one little, and sometimes, Troy, it's something we heard it, but see, we've been deceived to think we know something because we heard it. No, you don't know something until you embrace it and master it and do it over and over again, right? Until you really gets down deep where you really believe it. But people around me would believe it. So guess what, Troy? They thought I could do certain things. I didn't think I could do it. But because I respected them, I gave it a shot. And guess what? It worked. And one day I finally said, wait a minute. Why don't I just go ahead and believe it? I mean, if these people believe me, why not go ahead and I mean, I've seen enough things happen good that I didn't even really believe in. I just went off their belief. So what if I started going off my own belief? And guess what? The greatest book ever written says this: if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth, which means the flip side, if you don't believe, nothing's possible. And so again, I used to always talk myself out of everything. And then when I raised my belief factor, then I was able to start talking myself into things. I'll give you this real quick to turn it over to you. My famous quote, I always say, probably every time I talk, I'm going to say it. And that is this: Muhammad Ali, most people heard the first part. That's okay, but that is not really the good part. And that is this. He said, I said I was the greatest. Now that's okay. But here's the good part. A long time. Now, it was a long time, 5 years, 10 years, 2 months. I don't know. But he said, I said I was the greatest. Now imagine this. He's saying something. I said I'm the greatest a long time before I ever believed it. I was like, whoa. In other words, Troy, he knew what he wanted to believe. And so he said, if I could say it long enough, if I could say it loud enough, and again, maybe he knew the biblical principle, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. And faith cometh by what? Hearing, and hearing by the word. So if you hear something long enough and loud enough, eventually it sinks in deep. And so he kept saying, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest. And a few years ago when he died, guess what? He goes down as the greatest. Because he was willing to do what a lot of people aren't. And that is a lot of people, when you talk about believing yourself and affirmations, all they're like, well, I just don't feel comfortable. No, he kept saying, I'm the greatest. I mean, when he was just a little skinny guy, I'm the greatest. I'm going to be the greatest. I'm the greatest. People look at him like he's crazy. But after a while, you're fighting somebody. If you're fighting, the guy says, I'm the greatest. You're like, well, if I'm fighting the greatest, I mean, how do you fight the greatest? Like you think you're going to lose, right? And so what happens, one guy, maybe he lost and he won. And so Muhammad Ali won one time. He's like, ooh. And now that made his belief factor go. So he keeps saying, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest. He fights someone else and beats him. Ooh, he keeps going, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest, I'm the greatest. So that's the exact opposite of what most people do and what I used to do. I used to say, I'm nothing, nothing's going to do it. And something bad would happen. I'm like, I knew it, right? And so it's just getting that breakthrough. And so, Troy, you're exactly right. We all need to up our belief. And when you up your belief, my friend, it's incredible the things that can happen.
I hope you guys really got that. And like I said, if you're not following Dr. Breakthrough, Dr. Stan Harris, you most definitely need to follow him, guys. And I hope you take a lot away from that, because I can relate, Dr. Stan. I can relate when I first got in this industry, and I actually teamed up with some gentlemen that play professional football. So I was able to create success real fast, me and Lisa, right? But what happened is, when I went to my second company, because that company went out of business, I realized I really had to learn.
Oh, wait a minute. It happened to you too?
happened to me too. So I get in this company, and because I grew up, my story, I grew up shy, bashful, going through school, dyslexic, just struggling, right? So I get in this company, I got all these issues with my belief, my confidence and stuff, and I struggle. I just came from a company from crushing it because I'm riding off everybody else's belief, not having to do that much, right? But what I did is I started working on myself. I got around people like yourself. I started positioning myself around people that believed in me more than I believed in myself. And I started applying what they was teaching me. And then stuff started happening. And the magic started happening. And even now, you know, back to last year, Dr. Stan, back in when COVID hit, right? I wasn't doing Facebook Lives. I wasn't doing none of this, right? And the reason why I wasn't doing it is because I was uncomfortable.
Right.
And it's back to that belief factor. Can you really do it? Are you going to really make an impact, right? But what happened is, hey, I went through a 14-day video challenge and I started listening to somebody that was way more successful than me. And I started grabbing hold of his belief and I started doing it. And then through that process, I met you and I met another guy that became my mentor. And through all of that process of building my belief and my confidence up, guess what happened? And now, you know, as I build a business in the network marketing industry, I got to actually construction of putting together the fastest growing team in my company, right? I already knew I was going to have the fastest growing team in my company. It's back to that Muhammad Ali saying. Right. I was saying it before I even believed it in myself that it was going to happen. And now I see it happening. I'm attracting all these people and stuff is starting to move at a fast pace, but it's because of that belief. So, you know, when I'm working with people, just like you working with people, trying to help them actually build that belief in themselves to have a breakthrough, you know, we got to believe in them, but how do they, give them a tip on how do they build that belief? What do they do to actually take themselves where they start believing in themselves?
That's good. That's good. But first of all, let me back up because this is Friday, right? And we always the TGIF thing, right? You know, so people who are employees always thank God it's Friday, like because you know all week long I've been doing stuff I don't want to do and I get to relax. But as entrepreneurs and people in home-based business, you know, and the people I call them kingdompreneurs and breakthroughpreneurs, you know, TGIF is the grind includes Friday. So here we are, Friday. We're doing a Zoom. We're doing, you know, we're coming live. We're blessing people, right? So, but I want to address that and I'll give some different acronyms for TGIF before we're done with this to make sure people get some super great value, if that's okay with you. But so if you listen to even what you said, here's what happened. You took action. You took action. You took a chance on yourself. You took a class. You got a mentor. So here's the thing I want to tell people. A mentor is someone who's done something you haven't done, who's been somewhere you haven't been, but watch this now, but who can see in you what you can't see in yourself and who's willing to empower you to help bring that out.
Wow.
That's the thing, that transfer of belief. So that like you said, this mentor's belief in you and what I tell people, when you don't believe in you, you can take your mentor's belief or God's belief in you and use it as training wheels until your own belief kicks in. And buddy, when your own belief kicks in, y'all better wait. Because see, I tell people, I'm not trying to get people dependent on me, so where they have to have me. Because you can use my belief, you can leverage my belief, but I'm working on to get you to then get to the place where you believe in your own self, so that with me, without me, my friend, you're doing the thing because now, like I said, your own belief has kicked in. So one of my main mentors became famous, Charlie Tremendous Jones, for this saying. He said, you'll be the same you are today 5 years from now, except for the books you read and the people you meet. Well, you know, Dr. Breakthrough always had to put a spin on everything, right? Yep. So here's the way I say it. You'll be the same you are today 5 years from now, except for the books you read, the people you meet, and the challenges you attend. Ooh,
that's powerful.
Why? Because in challenges, Troy, you get exposed to different mentors. In challenges, you get exposed to things, my friend, that can help you and get to move you. Because again, when we're in our comfort zone, we're just comfortable and we're just like. But you got to be pulled out. I tell people, your next breakthrough is on the other side of your comfort zone. Your next breakthrough. So I'm telling you. So in order for you to get your belief level up, you've got to connect with a mentor or mentors. And the beautiful thing is, you know, you don't have to have just one mentor. I've had several mentors and have several at the same time, you know, because different mentors have different great expertise in different arenas, right? But sometimes there's a special connection though you have with someone, and it's just amazing. It's like, well, and Troy, you know, and it happens with men and women. Like I told my wife, I was like, babe, when I met you, I was like everybody thought like, man, this guy's incredible. I was like, but you know, when I'm around you, there's something about your essence, just who you are, that makes me feel like I could do more and be more. Like, you know what I mean? Like she's quiet and behind the scenes. Like I don't think you'll ever get her on the Facebook Live, right? She's always behind the scenes. But I'm saying, there's always there's that. But people that are in a relationship, you know what I'm talking about. There's that something about that connection. And so having mentors, but then there's going to be a certain mentor that just like it's like it just like Bill Bailey was also for that for me. Like every time I heard his voice, I just believe like I could just like man, I could, right? And so the key, my friend, the key is come outside your comfort zone. You know, take the courses, take the challenges, purchase the books, go to, do the thing. But again, Troy, if you hadn't gone to that 14-day, again, it was called a challenge, meaning it was going to challenge you to come outside your comfort zone. But guess what you found out? Your breakthrough was on the other side of your comfort zone. And then once that started happening, your belief level goes higher and higher. And guess what? Now, Troy, there are people that are where you were, that you are now helping to get now where you are because you broke through. And again, all of us were on the journey. Some of us are just a few steps further ahead, but we're always going further and learning more and going further ahead. But again, it goes back to the belief system. And so I'm going to tell you something, my friend. It's a thing that you have to understand. I'm going to give you a scripture. Jeremiah 7:8 says this. It says, ye trust in lying words, which cannot profit.
Wow.
Which means if lying words can't profit you, the truth is the only thing that can profit you. And the truth is you're more powerful than you realize. The truth is you are made in the image of God. I posted the other day on Facebook, and I'm not turning this into a preaching thing, but I am a preacher. So, I'm a married man. I'm a martial artist. So you're going to see trophies back there, you know what I mean? Whatever. And so I'm also a minister of the gospel. And but here's the thing. It talks about that we are the apple of his eye. So I posted on Facebook, God's not mad at you. He's mad about you. So Troy, one day I was down on myself and I'm like, man, because especially those of us who become driven and type A personalities and go, I mean, we hard on people, but we hard on ourselves, right?
Absolutely.
And so I just wasn't, like feeling myself like, man, I can't believe you didn't make that. Blah, blah. And one day, so I'm thinking, and all of a sudden it says, wait a minute, if God is perfect and he could forgive me, what? And if he believes in me, why am I beating myself up? As a matter of fact, what I'm going to cover in this challenge is empower people to get this. Are you ready for this? Because you know my story about being a little 6-year-old boy and being beaten by a gang of teenagers and tarred and feathered and all that crazy stuff. Well, being victimized, being beaten by bullies physically is one thing, but the greatest thing that a lot of people they're being bullied by their own mind. So I'm going to teach people how to beat the bully in your brain. Oh, come on now. That bully that's telling you you're not good enough. That bully that's where the lack of belief comes from, is because we're being bullied by our own brains. And so we got to learn how to beat. Just like I learned martial arts self-defense so I can defend myself. Well, now we got to learn how to defend ourselves against sometimes our own brain. And that is those things, like my mentor Bill Bailey used to say, self-erected barriers, right? That we erected based on our lack of belief. And so I'm going to throw this back to you. So real quick, in my 60, wait a minute, 60 years. By the way, I'm 60 years wise now, man, 60 years wise. So my wife said, baby, please keep the gray. I was like, but I still got, so I'm about to color. I was going to color before I came on the show, but I'm like, okay, I'm going to let you see me a little bit gray.
Yeah.
But here's the deal though. In my 60 years of living, Troy, I would probably say that one of the most powerful things, if not the most powerful thing I ever learned, is very simple, but it's very powerful. Somebody said simplicity is profundity's most becoming garb. In other words, when you can take something very profound and wrap it in simplicity. So here's what I'm going to say. The thing that's probably affected me more than anything else, and that is believe your beliefs and doubt your doubts.
Wow, that's powerful.
If you see unsuccessful people, I talk about my book, Your Breakthrough is Guaranteed. Unsuccessful people, they always doubt their beliefs, and then they start believing their doubts. Okay, it's a progression. Let me say it again. They doubt, and all of us can get there. So you doubt your beliefs, but see, successful people, they stop. They learn to stop it. But the people that aren't, they go from doubting their beliefs to then believing their doubts. Successful people, we learn to doubt our doubts and believe our beliefs. Oh, wait a minute, Troy, it just hit me. I got to drop this one. Here it is. Get ready. Here it is. Folks, I had to learn to stop plucking up in bad doubt what I planted in good faith.
Wow, that's powerful. And I hope they get that. And you had a powerful point, Dr. Stan. I mean, I know your wife is a big support to you. And once you get around her, she talked to you in privacy, and that makes you feel like you can go conquer the world. I mean, the same thing happened to me. I mean, I'm blessed just like you to have Lisa. Lisa don't do a lot of Facebook Lives and stuff. I think the last one she did actually with you because she, busy.
And she did an excellent job. We was rolling. We was going, man.
Yeah, y'all was going, man. And, y'all was feeding off each other's energy. But even behind the scenes, like me and her was having a conversation this morning. And because I'm an A-type personality, just like you're an A-type personality, like you said, we hard on people, but we even harder on ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And so we was having this conversation, and the belief factor came in because I didn't know what we was going to talk about. I knew we was going to talk about challenge because you got a challenge going on. And even myself, I had to step back because when you came to me, start talking about challenges a few months ago, I didn't truly understand it. And then some people that I knew went through certain challenges, and I saw how after they went through the challenge, how it changed them. Then I was like, Troy, you went through a challenge, and that's what changed you. So we're in the process of doing something that's going to make an impact on people's lives to actually help them go to the next level. And that could be any level. Maybe you are in the corporate environment. Maybe this entrepreneurship game ain't for you. A lot of people think the corporate environment or working for somebody is a safe zone, but in reality, that's the worst zone. But if you believe that, you believe that. Me and you both know the power of anything is being able to control your own financial situation.
Right.
I mean, but it all boils down to belief, because I've worked with some awesome people, some great people that I saw so much potential in, but they never could get that belief factor together in themselves to go out and make an impact. And not only that, Dr. Stan, when you believe in yourself, because God already got people lined up for us to make an impact in our life. But if you can never get the belief factor together, you're never going to make the impact in the people's lives that God got intended on you to make an impact in their life. And that person can do business with you, or maybe they'll never do business with you. You know what I'm saying? But still, maybe you're going to inspire them to actually take their life to a whole nother level. Because if it weren't for that 14-day challenge that I did back last year, I wouldn't have never met you.
Right. And again, you wouldn't have stepped up to the plate. So again, the challenge oftentimes can lead to a change, right? So we have to do that. So again, because it's Friday, I like to say, every day, like Troy, it's amazing to me. People say, "Hey, make today. I hope you make it." No, they say, "I hope you have a good day." On Facebook, a lot of times they say that, and I usually always respond, "I will, WILL, I will on purpose." Because I am on assignment. Ooh, can I say that again? Yeah. So again, like I hope you have a good day. No hope. I'm going to. See, I read a book when I was 17 years of age by Abraham Lincoln, and this one little piece there, he said something about most people are about as happy as they make up their mind to be. And I was like, you mean I got a choice? Well, then if that's the case, I'm choosing to be happy. So you see what I'm saying? So then I want to understand the power of choice that God gave me. So no, I have the power to make this day a great, I can make this day a great day. And part of that is because I am on assignment. Now watch this, Troy. Behind it all, what is that? It's a belief, right? It's a belief system. See, before I was believing I was a victim, I didn't have that power. And I was unconsciously giving my power away. And like, well, if you treat me right today, my day can be good. If not, it's going to be bad. People talk about you make me sick. No, you can't make me nothing. You might make it easier for me, but you can't ruin my day. You can't. No. It's up to me. And so I have the power to turn things around. I have the power of choice. And so again, folks, I want you to start practicing this. When people say, well, I hope you have a good day, say, thank you. I will on purpose. And here's the power behind that, because I am on assignment. See, there's somebody I'm supposed to bless today. There's somebody I'm supposed to touch today. See, Troy, we don't even know who's going to be really touched by this. We don't know what word, what phrase, what we say that's going to affect somebody, but somebody is going to be affected today. Some people's lives are going to be enhanced. They're going to be changed. They're going to be blessed. And they may not even email you or text me. We may not ever hear from them. right? But that's the thing. And so when you have that kind of belief, guess what? You get out there every day, even when it seems like it's not working. Why? Because you got the belief, and the belief affects the behavior. Because again, faith without works is dead. So true belief will affect your behavior, and the behavior is the thing that will help bring the breakthrough. So when you have the belief and the behavior, you're going to have the breakthroughs, right? So every day.
That's so powerful, Dr. Stan. I mean, really, it's really powerful, because if the belief's not there, people are not going to take the action to create the result.
Right.
I mean, not long enough. They might do it a little bit. And that's another reason why they need to go through the breakthroughchallenge.com that you actually going to put on. Because it helps all work together to build a belief. The challenges help build a belief to take you to another level. Right. Because I don't care what somebody can tell me. This used to be me, Dr. Stan. I go to an event, I come out, I'm fired up, I got all these notes, right? And I'm learning from people that applied this knowledge, is making 6, 7, 8 figures, right? And then I go back home and I might try for a week and I would stop. And it wasn't that that what they taught me didn't work. It was my belief in myself that would it work for me? Right. You know what I'm saying? And then I switched it and I started actually just applying it and building my belief by staying plugged into the people like yourself. You know, I can call you up and you can tell me something and I'll be like, wow, I feel like I want to jump and just go try to fly, just like I'm going to conquer the world, right? But if it all boils down to that belief, because if you don't believe, you're not going to take the action long enough to let the compounding effect goes into work for you, and nothing is going to happen. And that happens to a lot of people, Dr. Breakthrough, big time.
Well, that's one thing. And one of my books, How to Build a Big Team Fast, of course, many people know I built the greatest success in home-based business that I had was personally sponsoring 898 people that blossomed into 1.5 million people worldwide. I mean, I was talking on the show yesterday, a guy was like, well, he wanted to hear some of my, the successes. I was like, well, having $22,000 days, right, in this industry, like that'll change your life, right? I mean, the company before where I had 6-figure months, that's okay. But again, what happens though, Troy? You have to have that belief. What happens when you have the belief and you start having the right behavior and just consistently doing that, and it starts working, then it ups your belief some more, and then you do the more things, and then that works, and it ups your belief, right? Because my belief system, when I first started in this industry over 20-something years ago, I would have never been able to build the way I built, right? Even if because it's not even the strategies, it's the belief. And when if you have the right strategies and not the belief, it won't work. It's like in martial arts, I tell somebody, you put a guy who learns how to fight in a fight with somebody who has fight in them, and the guy who has fight in them will find a way to beat the guy who learned how to fight. But when you take somebody who has fight in them, and then you teach them how to fight, you better not mess with that person.
I want to hit on that real fast. $22,000 days and stuff, right? I was listening to a CD series a long time ago, years, when I was working on my belief. I was in that second company, and there was a gentleman, Jerry Clark. We know him.
The Rhino.
Jerry was talking about, and Jeff Combs did a CD series, and Jeff said Jerry was challenging him, was saying, why not have a 6-figure day?
Right.
Then he did it. Then he said, why not have a 6-figure minute? And then he did it. But it was all because of the belief factor, because you had to believe that you can create that to make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you wouldn't have never been able to accomplish that day you had, or even that 6-figure month. And then I was listening to a gentleman not too long ago. He's like a real strong 7-figure guy in the industry, right? And he, 7-figure months is coming to him, right? But you know what? It was so crazy. You know what he's working on now?
What's that?
A 7-figure day.
Come on now.
I mean, and that goes back to challenges, because just because I did the 14-day challenge and now I'm doing this, but behind the scenes, I'm challenging myself to go to a whole nother level.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how, I'm able to actually have the fastest growing team in the company that I'm involved in now. The reason why, just like Muhammad Ali said that he was the greatest, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I kept stating I'm going to have the fastest.
Exactly.
A lot of people thought I was crazy and still think I'm crazy, right?
Oh yeah.
It is what it is, but it goes back down to what I believe in.
And here's the key though, Troy. And then so you said that if you believed it and then it happened. And so guess what now? Your belief now is on a whole nother level, right? And so here's the powerful thing. So now when you speak, your words have more power with people because there's congruency. See, a lot of times people aren't successful in this industry. There's no congruency. They're saying something with their mouth that they don't really believe in their heart. And again, so one of the things, if you're in whatever company you're involved in, one of the things I tell people to up your belief system is you need to get on every presentation that's being done, because every presentation, you might know it inside out, backwards and forward, but I'm telling you, until it sinks all the way down, we oftentimes say you got to hear something 7 times, 7 different ways from 7 different people before you get it. But I've got programs I've listened to 100 times or more. Myron and I have talked about it, and Jerry and I talked about, but you gotta, and some of these things I'm telling you, it's got to get down there deep. And when it gets down there deep and that belief finally kicks in, it's a whole nother story, right? And so that's what we're talking about here, my friend. And you can do that, but you have to have mentorships. You have to have people that, again, Johari's window in psychology tells us there's a part of us that we see and others can see. There's a part of us that we can see that others can't see, but there's a part of us that they can see that we can't see. And that's why, my friend, the power of mentors, not just ones who can teach you the things that they did, which they'll teach you what I call the fast cut, right? Because they tried this way. They're going to say, hey, Troy and Dr. Stan tried this, it doesn't work. Here's the way to do it over here. Well, now I don't have to suffer going through all this other way because of that, right? But on top of that, though, when you get that strong belief system, like you said, I'm working with someone who's successful. And if I do what they say, just like when I started martial arts, I'm like, listen, and by the way, folks, write this comment down. This is something that'll up your belief too. You got to be committed to the process. Now, key word is committed.
Yeah.
Number 1. Keyword number 2 is process, right? So you got to be committed to the process of being bad or feeling bad for as long as it takes to get good. See, if you will do that, you can get good at anything. I started speaking years ago. I was terrible. I didn't like myself speaking. I would speak to the outside, the trees and the squirrels, like the trees look like boughs, seemed like the squirrels running, right? And I was like, man, I'm terrible. But guess what? I just kept, but here's what, you get mentors and you started applying things. And guess what? I started getting better and better. And guess what? I said to myself, I'm not always going to be bad. See, here's the key. I'm not always, write this 3-letter word down. It could change your life. Y-E-T, yet. Yet. See, the difference between the champions and the ones who aren't, champions always say it's going to happen. It maybe didn't happen yet, but it's going to happen. See, they have that belief it's going to happen. So it doesn't happen when they planned. It doesn't happen when they thought it would. But guess what? They keep going. Why? Because they understand their belief system and then the power of the word yet, Y-E-T. See, most folks don't have that. So that's why they give up, because they're like, well, it didn't happen. No. Champions, we say it didn't happen yet. Come on, somebody, right?
Hold on before you go past that, because that's so powerful right there, Dr. Stan. That's just like, a champion, just like yourself. I mean, now you got the belief and stuff. So that's just like me. I was like, you know what? I'm going to do something big, right? And the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to find a mentor, and I'm going to find mentors, right? And then I'm going to apply what they say apply, right? And then I'm going to work. I'm not going to be outworked. And then I'm going to find some more people that's going to work. And how we going to assemble this thing and become so powerful and so fast is nobody's going to outwork us.
That's good.
So, and that's what people don't get. Nobody, once you get that belief, and then you just apply the action, and then you be like, I'm not going to be outworked. I remember Will Smith talked about something one time. He been on the treadmill and you've been on the treadmill. He would die before he let you beat him. And that's the same mentality that, champions have. And everybody out there has that in them. If you're looking at this, you have that in you. Right. You can have that mentality that I'm not going to be beat. I'm going to outwork almost everybody around me. And it's not that hard, because most people ain't going to work long enough to build a belief to outwork you.
But again, we go back to true belief affects your behavior, and behaviors bring the breakthroughs, right? But again, it goes back to the belief. So I put on Facebook 4:00 this morning, the grind, TGIF, the grind increases favor. Write that down. TGIF, the grind increases favor. Now, I thank God. See, here's one of the things. I know that I am blessed and highly favored of the Most High God. That belief alone will free you and get you breakthroughs.
Yep.
But when I know that I'm blessed and highly favored, now I go at things with a totally different mentality, right? And I believe as believers, by the way, I love what Doug Fireball said. I first heard it from him that we have the believers, we have the unfair advantage, right? So when he was doing the Success Church years ago, and man, we first spoke together in 1990. was it 99, or he and I, Jim Rome, was speaking for, that's the first time we ever connected together. But anyway, and we've been friends all these years. Matter of fact, he and I spoke at Jerry Clark's boot camp together and some other things. And so, and with the other guy you mentioned,
Jerry Clark?
Jerry, no, not Jerry, but the other
Jeff Combs.
Yeah, we all spoke together out in California. And that's where 4 o'clock that morning, by the way, I came up with what's called my daily attitude adjuster, which is designed to help people in their belief system. It's something that I do every day that really helps me. But again, but the grind increases favor. So when I know that I'm blessed and highly favored, and people always say favor is not fair. So I don't believe in luck, I believe in favor. But here's the thing, my favor can be increased by the grind. See, here's what the scripture says, Proverbs 22:29. Seest thou a man? And I like to personalize stuff. So seest thou stand diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before mean men. So in other words, it's the grind. It's that hard work ethic, like you said, that all of a sudden will put you in front of people, kings who are decision makers, kings who connect you with other kings, people with authority that'll say, you know, I like what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. We want to have you speak here. We want to have you do this. Matter of fact, like I said, when I first started speaking, I was terrible, but the power of yet, I knew one day I would get good. Well, I got so good that I got voted into not just the Black Belt Hall of Fame, but the Motivational Speakers Hall of Fame. And I've been paid as much as $47,000 to speak 1 hour. Troy, that was a good hour.
Yeah, I bet. And I know for a fact that in that 1 hour, you made an impact in so many people's lives. And that's back to the belief, because if you never had the belief that you can bring that type of value to the marketplace, you wouldn't have got paid that. Because it all boils down to that, Dr. Breakthrough. I mean, the more, you know, we talk about this value thing all the time, right? But it all boils down to the belief, because there's a lot of people that's got a lot of value. They read a lot of books, they go through a lot of seminars, but the belief is not there for them to get out and take the action to make an impact in other people's lives. So you did it. And that's why they paid you what they pay you.
I used to say, after I started getting better and better and better, remember, committed to the process of being bad or feeling bad for as long as it takes to get good, started getting better and better. Then I got to the place where I started liking myself, believing in myself, believing in my speaking. As a matter of fact, one day I became my favorite speaker. I know that sounds a little arrogant to people, but when I became my favorite speaker, it's crazy. My wife came to me, my children all came to me at different times, said, you know, you're my favorite speaker. I was like, whoa. Then it dawned on me, okay, it's my belief that's affecting how other people are behaving and believing and so forth. But anyway, but I got to the place where I love my speaking. I said, you know, I love speaking so much. If folks wouldn't pay me to speak, I'd pay them to listen. And guess what? I had to pay for it a couple of times. Guess what? I did it so long because I loved it. And like you said, I knew I was bringing value to where it started switching to where they start saying, man, I'm going to pay you. You got a book, you got a course, you got this, you got that. You know, and I'll never forget the first time somebody said, we want you to come speak, we'll pay you. I said, oh, no, I'll be willing. I said, no, bro, the level you speak, no, you need to get paid, right? So it goes back, like you said, just really giving the value. But what I'm saying, though, is you give that value, then value eventually comes in return. Let me show, here's a belief system that I developed again. Here's what I say this every day. Money flows freely and frequently from expected and unexpected sources in exchange for the value that I consistently bring to the marketplace. Wow. Did you get that? Money flows freely and frequently from expected and unexpected sources in exchange for the value that I consistently bring to the markets. See, those are words, but guess what? It's a belief system. And the belief system affects what? The behavior, and the behavior produces the breakthrough. So that's why again, as champions, and again, one of the greatest verses, Proverbs 28:20 says, a faithful man shall abound with blessings. Not a flashy man, a faithful man. You just got to be consistent, just consistent doing it. But what makes a person consistent, like you said, Troy, is getting back to the belief. So when you have the right belief, you can be like Einstein and they say, oh, you failed. He said, no, I didn't fail. I just found 999 times it didn't work. Yep. But guess what? He knew the power of yet. I just didn't hit it yet, but it's going to happen. So when you have the belief, it's going to affect your behavior, and the behavior eventually is going to bring that breakthrough. So again, in the meantime, folks, I beg of you, stop plucking up in bad doubt what you planted in good faith. You started in this industry believing it was going to change your life. Just because it's getting hard, just because they switched the comp plan, just because you had to leave that company or whatever. Okay, do it again. You know, they surveyed all these multimillionaires, young multimillionaires, and they asked them, they said, what was the average number of businesses you started before you finally hit it? You know what the average was? 17. 17. And people want to do 5 businesses. Like, well, it didn't work. No. You go say, look, I'm going to keep on. Here's what champions say. I will until.
Yeah, I mean, that's powerful within itself, guys. And if you're looking at this and you're not following Dr. Breakthrough, most definitely follow him. Go to that website, register for his challenge that's coming up. Now, tell us a little bit about this challenge, Dr. Breakthrough. When is that coming up?
Okay, Breakthrough Freedom Challenge is going to be March the 8th to the 13th. March the 8th to the 13th. Now, I'm probably going to start off even the 7th, which is a Sunday evening with a guy. But once they go to breakthroughfreedomchallenge.com, we're going to have all kinds of powerful speakers and presenters. And matter of fact, Troy, I'm talking to you, man. Just while we're talking, man, I'm going to have you say something. You're going to have to be part of this, man. We got to have you. So that's we're going to talk about that, but we got to bring you in there, man, because I want people to be empowered. And so we got some powerful speakers, but we got average everyday people as well. But the main thing is the fact of you being challenged. So every day we'll have morning sessions, and then we'll have a few evening sessions because sometimes people working during the morning. Now we'll have special VIP sessions, but it's going to be absolutely free. You just go to breakthroughfreedomchallenge.com. But Troy, is it okay? I learned this years ago that, a lot of times it needs to have something in it for other people to put the teeth into it. Yep. So what we did is we did it where there's everybody that registers Breakthrough Freedom Challenge, you'll end up getting your own link because I'm challenging people. I only need everybody to tell 3 people. Just 3 people. By the way, this is how I built my businesses. Just told 3 people. And I taught my 3 people just to teach, just get 3 people. But there's a certain 3 people you got to get. You ready for the 3?
Yep.
Number 1, Lottie. 2, Dottie. Number 3, everybody. If you get Lottie, Dottie, that's the only 3 I need you to tell, right? So anyway, so you'll get your own link. And then when you get your link, you invite people. Now it's free, but as a registrar, they'll see, hey, if you pay, it's free. But if you want to, you can pay a $7 one-time for bonuses. And the bonuses get you $4,000 worth of real live, but not just kind of bonus stuff you never use. I'm talking about real live. So we just make it, I call it an irresistible offer for those. And if they do the $7, everybody that has their own link, we pay you 90% of that, which is $6.35. We're rewarding people. Wow. See, I know the value that people are going to get, but I also know that people like to be rewarded. Like I've connected so many people to so many things that I never got paid from, right? And when I got involved in the home-based business industry, that was the thing that I was like, wow, they're paying me for doing what I've been doing my whole life, right?
Hey, check this out. Check this out before you go farther. Yeah, man, just like you turned me on to some crunchy broccoli. Did they send you a check?
Hey, and by the way, didn't you tell other people about that? As a matter of fact, you told me another one of your buddies, I ended up taking him. But anyway, I'm saying this, but yeah. So we go to a nice restaurant. We like it. It has something that's great. So what we're doing is the challenge, because here's my mandate. God, again, I didn't hear an audible voice, but I was fasting and it felt like the Lord impressed upon me that by the year 2024, I was to empower 1 million or more people to experience 1 or more breakthroughs in 21 days or less. Well, now through this 7 day, I can do it now in 7 days. 5. We've had some people on the first session, they get a breakthrough. So I'm like, whoa. So here's what I say. I'm a man on a mission with a God-given vision, operating with focused precision that will produce incredible breakthrough provision. So I want people to come to the challenge. And then, like I said, I'm giving everybody their own link. And then when you invite people, they can come to the challenge for free. But if they pay the $7, we pay 90% of that. And then there's a one-time $97 VIP experience that people can get. Now, the $97 is going to give them the extra VIP, where I got these powerful VIP sessions in the afternoon. First of all, they're going to get all the recordings. Now, nobody gets to, now, there's a private Facebook group that when you join, so if you're working during the day, you'll be able to, all the recordings will be in there for like a week after the event, so you can be watching them, and then a week after, right? Then it comes down. But the people that are VIPs, you'll have the recordings for the rest of your life. I'm telling you, it's powerful. But not only that, you're going to get my 21-day signature breakthrough challenge. That's the thing that catapulted me to really say, this is my mark. This is my legacy to leave with the world with my 21-day breakthrough challenge, right? And then we just started saying, okay, maybe like the Bible says, taste and see. So maybe if we gave them 5 or 6 or 7 days, to taste for free some of the stuff that I teach, then they'll want to sign up for the 21-day breakthrough challenge and pay again. And that's $297. But guess what? When they join as a VIP for $97, they'll get my 21-day breakthrough challenge. They'll get all the recordings. They'll get the VIP sessions as well as all the bonuses. And so again, but keep in mind 3 levels. So 1, I had to pay a dime. Everything's free as far as the morning sessions and evening sessions. $7, you get the $4,000 of bonuses, and that's all on the website. $97 gives you the VIP experience, and that's where you get more intimate time with the trainers or speakers and able to ask questions. And then many of you will have the opportunity of having a special session with some of the trainers as well because you're a VIP. And like I said, the 21-day breakthrough challenge. So all my life, Troy, like I said, remember I was telling you the company I built to 1.5, all these companies and stuff that I was building, you know, my wife and I, we built one team of 13,000, another team, 22,000, you know, we did. So then it was like, my wife's like, baby, it's time for you to do your thing. And that's when this 21-day breakthrough challenge, like, you know, this is what I'm building. Is not really a company per se, although now we're making an affiliate program, you know, where people can at least refer somebody. It's not network marketing. It's not multi-tier. It's just you refer something, you know. So we're doing things like that. But what we wanted to really turbocharge it was, listen, if this thing is really as good as I say it is, let's give people like 5 to 7 days just to taste it and see. And then if they want to go further, they can. And oftentimes people right away say, no, I want to be a VIP. If I can get your challenge at a discount. And now sometimes people get mad. Please don't get mad. Those of you who heard me speak and you bought it for $297, don't get mad when you find out you get it for only $97 as a VIP.
But you know, you hit on something real key right there. And we're gonna wrap this up, is that, you know, you're not building a company or nothing no more, but you're making a bigger impact now. With your challenges, you truly making a bigger impact, because you're able to impact people that if you was involved in just one network marketing company or 2 or 3 companies, you could make this impact. Now you opening it up. It don't matter if a person affiliated marketing or a person in network marketing, or just a person building a traditional business, or a person just trying to move up in corporate America. These breakthroughs will help them. These challenges going to help them take their life to a whole nother level. And remember, guys, as you sit back and you think about that, just $7.87. Wow, man, that's really not that much at all. Not to get what you're going to get, but I want you to think about it. You guys see me on Facebook Monday through Friday. I do this. And the reason why I do this is because of a challenge. If it weren't for that challenge, you guys would have never been exposed to me. I would have never been exposed to Dr. Breakthrough. I would have never been exposed to my mentor that I'm working with now, right? And I would have never met as many people as I met since I started actually doing these Facebook Lives. I think since then, Dr. Breakthrough, I met over 100 and something people. New contacts in my phone. Some people we do business, some people we don't. We just got a relationship. We collaborate with each other to help each other move forward, right? So what I'm saying is, guys, this challenge can help you actually expand in so many different ways. So you most definitely need to go to that. What is it, Dr. Breakthrough?
BreakthroughFreedomChallenge.com. Breakthrough Freedom Challenge. So, like, for instance, again, the 8th, you'll see it has all the information. But on day 1, we're going to talk about achieving personal breakthrough, personal freedoms, breaking through to personal freedoms. Okay, so again, it's a BreakthroughFreedomChallenge.com. So everything is about freedom, about breaking through to freedom. So the first day is going to be breakthrough freedom in your professional freedom. Excuse me. Day 2, we're going to talk about achieving personal breakthroughs and freedom. And then day 3, we'll talk about achieving financial breakthroughs and freedom. And then day 4, we'll talk about implementing attraction marketing breakthrough concepts and getting freedom that way. Day 5, of course, Alicia Little, oh my goodness, she's going to be achieving freedom digitally, right, through the internet. And we got some folks, I'm telling you. So we had Peter Wolfing last time. We're working on getting him back. Dr. Myron Golden, his brother Dwayne Golden. I mean, oh my goodness, Dr. Willie Jolly. We got so many folks here. But again, I want it to be about not so much the speakers, but about what people are going to be getting. But we've got Dr. Katrina Ferguson, who's a tax expert, and especially with home-based business. By the way, if you've never interviewed her, I want to connect you. You got to interview her. Angel Roberson. Oh my goodness. I mean, so many powerful people. Super K, who teaches people all about Facebook and more engagement. Her and I spoke at a challenge with Kevin Harrington, James Malinchek. And so, man, when she broke, I was like, that's one of the things that helped me get a breakthrough on my Facebook, the stuff that so I said, Super K, I got to have you come and teach that, right? Chef Katrina, who teaches people about using incentive-based marketing for no matter what you do, right, to bring in more. But anyway, we go on and on and on. We all kind of marketers. It's incredible.
That's an awesome lineup, guys.
You got a 16-year-old guy. Listen, he went through my 21-day breakthrough challenge. He's now going through my 30-day mental self-defense course, right? But the guy's an entrepreneur. He's having these amazing breakthroughs. I got to send you his little testimonial, by the way. So I was like, Keo, dude, I got to have you speak, because I want young people to hear a 16-year-old guy who has his head on straight, got an entrepreneur spirit, making things happen. And by the way, he was like, he bought my book, How to Build a Big Team Fast. His grandfather owns a network marketing company, so his grandfather allows him to work the business through using his mom's name, right? Right. So I won't get the full name there. But anyway, and so he bought my book, How to Build a Big Team Fast. Then he bought my book, Your Breakthroughs Count. He's 16, right? And so then he says, what else you got I can buy? I'm sitting thinking, this dude's 16, man.
16 and understand the importance of investing in himself.
Right. So he's going to be one of the speakers. And so, and again, we're going to have you, man. We're going to do we got some great things. And so go to breakthroughfreedomchallenge.com. And again, if you don't have to get the affiliate link and send it out. Some people don't, right? But I just want to make it, I do know, like one lady, she called me, she's like, what'd I get this check for? I said, well, you remember in my breakthrough challenge, I told you when you sign up, you get your own link. And then I told you, you can have a Facebook Live and have me on the live, and then I'll promote it. And then you just put your link in the thing. And she's like, yes. And I said, well, people signed up and some of them did the $7 and then we paid, 90% of that. And then others did the 97. We paid 50% of that. She's like, wait a minute. But a lot of those people, they were calling me, telling me how it changed their life. So she's like, so I helped them to get their life changed and you're paying me for that? I was like, yeah, that's the way I felt like the first time because I used to be against home-based business and network marketing. And the first time when I finally joined and did it, and I got paid, I was like, all I'm doing is helping people change their life and y'all gonna pay me? I've been doing this for free.
That's what we do. Really, we in the business of changing people's lives. That's why you guys need to go and actually register to this challenge and be a part of it, because it's going to be something that you can make an impact not only in your life, but you have an opportunity to make an impact in other people's lives. Me and Dr. Breakthrough fit to break it up. Break this and end this up, guys. But I'm going to leave you with this.
Sure. Oh, my goodness. I forgot. Dude, you're the only limit. Your only limit is you. By the way, I forgot, dude, you need to go to that link, sign up and get your own link and put that in the comment section.
Check this out, man. This is the deal right here, guys. I do this not necessarily to make money. I want to make an impact. Go to that site right there. I'm gonna be a part of the challenge. I'm gonna register for it, but I would not share my affiliate link because I want you guys to have a breakthrough. I want to make an impact in your life. If you're looking at this, I do this not for myself. I do this for you. I truly believe in you. You might not believe in yourself right now, but I do believe in you. I see greatness in you. I think you're going to make some big impacts in other people's lives. And I'm talking to whoever looking at this. The people that you're supposed to make an impact in their life, they're out there waiting on you. So sign up, register to go to this, and let's get it going. Let's get it going where you can actually, make an impact in other people's lives. It's all about making an impact. That's what it's about. Just like you, Dr. Stan, it's about making an impact in other people's lives, man. That's why we do what we do.
Wow. Okay, so TGIF, remember, thank God I'm favored. Thank God I'm favored. TGIF, the grind increases favor. TGIF, the grind includes Friday. TGIF, trust God in fruitlessness. In other words, you might be in a season in your business right now where there's no fruit. You just got to trust God, my friend. And oftentimes the difference between frustration and fruitfulness is a little tweak, some additional training, or just passing the test of time. And you're going to learn stuff like this on this challenge. But one last one, TGIF, and that is this: thank God I'm forgiven. Man, if you've never received the forgiveness of God, I know we wouldn't even go on here, but that changed my life more than anything else when I received the forgiveness of God. And so TGIF, thank God I'm forgiven. I want you to be as well.
Hey guys, I want to thank you guys for taking the time out looking at this. And like I said, go to breakthroughfreedomchallenge.com. Register for that. And Dr. Stan, I really want to thank you for taking the time out doing this, sharing it with my audience. And hey, guys, I want you guys to have an amazing, awesome weekend, and God bless. There we go again, Dr. Stan. You brought it.